In this video, we're going to talk about something that many older adults in America quietly worry about: how to live your later years with dignity, independence, and real connection. Not just staying in a house, but truly staying part of life. Today, we'll talk about where and how seniors can live alone without feeling lonely, forgotten, or cut off from the world. Because let's be honest, growing older is not the problem. Feeling isolated and unprepared, that's what hurts the most. Many of us tell ourselves, my kids will check on me, or I'll be fine here forever. But life changes, routines shift, and even the strongest hearts and healthiest minds need people, purpose, and community. So in this video, I want to guide you through simple, practical ways to protect your independence, your peace, and your emotional health as you age. You'll hear clear strategies, based on real-life experiences, that help older adults stay active, safe, and connected, without losing privacy or pride. My goal is to help you build a life where you wake up feeling seen, supported, and part of something, even if you live by yourself. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. It helps us feel like one community here, learning together and supporting one another. Point 1. The first truth: your home must support your future, not just your memories. Let's start with something many older adults don't talk about. The home you are in right now may be full of love, history, and comfort, and that matters. But as we age, the meaning of a home changes. When we were younger, a home was a place to raise children, build routines, host family gatherings, and live busy lives. But later in life, a home needs to do something different. It needs to support your independence, safety, and daily connection with the world. If a home only holds memories but doesn't support the life you need now and in the years ahead, then slowly, without meaning to, it becomes harder to live in and harder to leave. This doesn't mean your home isn't beautiful. It doesn't mean you are weak. It simply means life has different seasons. When you were young, you chose a home for your growing family. Now, your priority should be choosing a home for your strength, your comfort, and your emotional well-being as a single person in later years. Because the truth is, most seniors who struggle are not suffering because they are old, they suffer because they planned for the past, not the future. A good home in later life is not the biggest one. It is the one that keeps you engaged with people, daily movement, and support nearby. A home should make life easier, not heavier. Your home should help you get out, stay active, and feel safe. It should be close to connection, because true independence comes from having resources around you, not from being alone in a quiet house with no one near. Point 2. Staying connected is not a luxury, it is a lifeline. As we get older, many people think, I don't want to bother anyone, or I can manage by myself. And yes, independence is a beautiful thing. But independence does not mean isolation. In fact, the strongest, healthiest older adults are the ones who stay connected, not by chance, but by choice. Human beings are not meant to live without regular interaction. We need small daily touches, a friendly hello, a laugh, a shared cup of tea, even a simple moment of eye contact at the grocery store. These are not small things, they are fuel for the mind and heart. When older adults don't have regular interaction, life begins to feel too quiet. Days start blending together. Time moves slower. You don't realize it at first, but slowly your world shrinks, not because you don't care, but because life becomes harder to reach. And this is where many seniors fall into a dangerous pattern: staying home more, talking less, feeling forgotten, and thinking, this is just aging. But that is not true. Aging only becomes lonely when there is no plan for connection. Scientists and doctors are very clear about this: staying socially active keeps your brain healthier, your mood stronger, and your body more resilient. Even simple regular interactions, seeing familiar faces, saying hello to neighbors, joining a class once or twice a week, can lift your spirit, protect your memory, and give you something to look forward to every morning. It's not about needing people because you are weak. It's about staying connected because you deserve joy, conversation, and belonging at every stage of life. So when you think about where you will live and how you will spend your days, remember this: the goal is not just to have a roof over your head. The goal is to have a life outside your door. A life where you feel seen, appreciated, and part of the world, not shut away from it. Point 3. Choose a lifestyle, not just a house. When we think about our future, many of us focus only on the physical place, the walls, the rooms, the comfort of familiar furniture. But the most important part of your later years is not the house itself. It is the life that house allows you to live. A home is not just a building, it is your daily rhythm, your routine, your access to people, activity, and the outside world. That is what keeps your spirit strong and your mind active. For older adults, quality of life comes from simplicity and connection. A good home in your senior years is one that makes life easy, easy to go out, easy to walk, easy to meet people, easy to stay involved. You don't need a big house with empty rooms and long hallways that remind you of the past. You need a space that fits your life today, comfortable, manageable, and close to places that keep your heart and mind engaged. A senior center, a park, a grocery store, a community space, these are not small conveniences. These are lifelines to a meaningful life. Think about the difference. A large quiet house can feel peaceful at first, but slowly the silence becomes heavy, and the walls start to feel like they are closing in. On the other hand, a small home near life, where you can step outside and see the world moving, greet people, join activities, and feel part of a community, that is real independence. That is real freedom. So instead of asking, "Can I stay in this house forever?" ask yourself, "Will this life keep me active, safe, and emotionally alive?" Because in the end, it is not the size of the space that matters, it is the warmth, connection, and purpose that space gives you every single day. Point 4. Plan before life forces you to plan. One of the biggest challenges many older adults face in America is not aging itself, it's waiting too long to prepare. When we feel strong, when life feels normal, when routines are familiar, it is easy to say, "I'll think about that later." But life doesn't always give us a warning. Health can change quickly. Mobility can change suddenly. Family situations shift, neighbors move, friends become busy, and before we know it, we are trying to make big decisions under pressure. And that is when choices become harder, options become fewer, and independence can slip away. Planning early is not about fear, it's about protecting your control, your dignity, and your comfort. When you decide where and how you want to live before life demands it, you stay in charge. You get to choose a place that fits your personality, your pace, your routine, and your happiness. You can visit neighborhoods, meet people, check local senior programs, look at walkable areas, and pick a home that feels right, without stress or urgency. The truth is, many seniors who struggle tell me something similar: "I wish I had prepared before I had no choice." And I never want you to say those words. Planning ahead gives you options, the option to live where you want, engage with people you enjoy, and keep your independence on your terms. It is not giving up. It is wisdom. It is strength. It is courage to shape your future while life is still in your hands. Point 5. Living near family, not inside their lives. Family is a blessing. Your children and grandchildren are a part of your heart, your history, and your happiness. But as loving and close as you are, there is a simple truth about modern life in America: families today are busy. They are raising children, working long hours, managing responsibilities, and balancing their own lives. Wanting to live near them is natural, but expecting to live with them usually brings challenges for everyone involved. Not because they don't love you, but because every generation needs space, routine, and independence to thrive. Living near family, not inside their home, gives you the best of both worlds. You stay close enough for support and togetherness, yet you maintain your privacy, dignity, and personal rhythm. When you have your own space, you are not waiting for their calendar, not worried about being in the way, and not feeling like you need to tiptoe around someone else's routines. Instead, you get to enjoy family moments as a joy, not a duty, dinners, visits, holidays, and everyday check-ins that feel warm and natural, not forced or stressful. Think about it this way: when you live too far, you feel forgotten and alone. When you live too close, inside the same walls, you risk feeling dependent, misunderstood, or like you are interrupting someone else's life. But when you live within walking distance or a short drive, something beautiful happens. You have independence, they have independence, and the connection becomes healthy, loving, and balanced. Point 6. Daily movement and nature keep you alive inside. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in your later years is movement, especially gentle movement in nature. You don't need a gym, and you don't need to run miles. A simple daily walk, fresh air, sunshine on your face, and the sound of birds or passing footsteps, these things do more for your heart, mind, and spirit than you realize. We often think medicine only comes in pill bottles. But the truth is, nature is medicine, and movement is medicine. When you step outside every day, something powerful happens. Your body wakes up. Your joints loosen. Your breathing deepens. Your mood lifts. And perhaps most importantly, you see people. Even if you don't stop to talk, the act of walking past others, sharing a smile or nod, or simply knowing life is happening around you keeps you connected to the world. It reminds you that you belong to it. Many older adults begin staying indoors more as they age. Maybe the house feels comfortable, maybe the TV is easier, maybe the weather isn't perfect. But slowly, without meaning to, life becomes smaller. Days start blending together. And the less we move, the harder it becomes to move. This isn't about exercise for fitness, it's about movement for life. Choosing a living space near a park or safe walking path is one of the smartest decisions you can make. You don't have to drive anywhere, you can simply step out your door and take in the world. Walking every day creates routine, purpose, and stability. It clears the mind, strengthens the heart, and protects your independence. Point 7. Independence doesn't mean doing everything alone. Many older adults take pride in being independent, and that is truly admirable. You've worked hard your whole life, made your own decisions, and cared for others. But as we age, we need to adjust what independence really means. Being independent does not mean handling every single task alone. It doesn't mean refusing help, avoiding support, or struggling quietly. True independence means staying in control of your life, while allowing tools, services, and people to make things easier and safer. Think about it like this: when we were younger, we didn't hesitate to ask for help, babysitters, mechanics, movers, friends, neighbors. But with age, many seniors start feeling guilty for needing assistance. They worry about bothering people. Point 8. Your routine will shape your happiness. One of the most important things to understand as you age is this: your daily routine has more power over your happiness than almost anything else. It's not the big events that shape your emotional well-being in later years, it's the small habits, day after day, that either lift your spirit or slowly wear it down. When you have a reason to get up in the morning, when you have places to go, people to greet, and activities you look forward to, your life stays full, meaningful, and bright. But when your days start to look the same, when mornings blend into afternoons and evenings without purpose, that's when life begins to feel heavy, quiet, and lonely. A healthy routine doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as waking up, taking a gentle walk, enjoying a warm breakfast, attending a morning class at a senior center, doing a small chore, reading a book, calling a friend, or having tea with a neighbor. These little rhythms keep your mind active and your heart connected. They are like anchors that hold you steady and keep loneliness away. When you choose where to live for your later years, don't just look at the walls and floors, think about what your days will look like there. Can you easily step outside? Are there classes or community groups nearby? Can you meet people without depending on someone to drive you? Can you walk to a park or a store? The right environment makes the right routine natural and enjoyable. Point 9. Your mind needs activity just as much as your body. As we grow older, many people focus on physical health, medicine, diet, exercise, and those things are important. But one thing often gets overlooked: your brain also needs exercise, stimulation, and challenge. A quiet mind may seem peaceful for a while, but over time, too much mental stillness can lead to sadness, memory problems, and emotional fog. Your mind needs to feel engaged, curious, and alive. And no, you don't need complicated puzzles or advanced books to keep your brain strong. The most powerful exercises for the mind are simple everyday activities that bring joy, challenge, and connection. Think about how alive you feel when you learn something new, even something small, like trying a new recipe, joining a class, practicing gentle yoga, learning to use a phone better, or picking up a hobby you once loved but set aside. Your brain loves newness. It loves stimulation. It loves participation in life. And one of the strongest protectors of brain health isn't just mental activity, it's social activity. Talking to people, sharing stories, laughing, listening, these interactions strengthen memory, improve mood, and keep your thinking sharp. This is why staying connected to community spaces, like senior centers, libraries, parks, and cafes, is so important. When you sit at home alone day after day, your brain has nothing fresh to hold on to. But when you go out, even for a short while, you experience small moments of stimulation, a conversation, a friendly face, new sights, new thoughts. These moments are like vitamins for your mind. Point 10. Loneliness is not a normal part of aging. Many older adults in America silently accept loneliness as part of growing older. They think, this is just how life is now, or everybody my age goes through this. But loneliness is not a natural part of aging, it is a sign that your environment no longer supports your emotional health. Being alone is one thing. Feeling invisible, forgotten, or disconnected is something completely different. You deserve better than that. Every person, at any age, needs to feel seen, valued, and part of life. Loneliness isn't just painful emotionally, it has real physical effects. Studies have shown that social isolation increases the risk of early death as much as smoking multiple cigarettes a day. It raises stress, affects sleep, weakens the immune system, and can even affect memory. That's not because older adults are weak, it's because humans are not meant to live without social contact. We thrive when we share moments, conversations, smiles, routines, and simple human warmth. You are not meant to live like a shadow in your own life. And you do not have to. Staying socially connected is just as important to your health as taking your medicine or eating well. And connection doesn't have to mean big crowds or constant visitors. It can be small and gentle, daily greetings, community classes, regular walks, phone conversations, or friendly chats with neighbors. What matters is that you don't disappear into quiet isolation. Remember this: choosing connection is choosing life. You spent years contributing to your family, your work, your community. You deserve to feel connected now too. Loneliness is not something you accept. It's something you protect yourself from by planning, choosing the right environment, and staying engaged with the world. Your later years can still be filled with meaning, laughter, and companionship. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. Point 11. Creating a support circle before you need one. One of the most empowering things you can do as you age is build a support circle before life forces you to rely on one. Many seniors only start thinking about support when they suddenly need help, after a fall, a health issue, or an unexpected change. But when support is arranged in crisis, it often feels rushed, stressful, and out of your control. Planning ahead, on the other hand, protects your independence. It gives you time to choose the people, services, and routines that fit your needs and personality. A support circle doesn't have to be large or complicated. It simply means having a few reliable connections around you, people and services you can count on when needed. This might include a friendly neighbor you check in with, someone who can help with groceries, a walking buddy, a class group at the senior center, your doctor's office, and a family member who knows your plans. It may also include modern services, delivery apps, ride services, community care programs, and senior resources in your town. You see, independence doesn't come from doing everything alone. It comes from knowing you're not alone, from knowing help is available when you choose to ask for it. When you build emotional and practical support early, you avoid panic later. You stay confident, steady, and strong because you know your life is backed by a network, not by luck. And the truth is, creating a support circle isn't just about safety, it's about companionship, laughter, routine, and peace of mind. It means you always have someone to call, someone to talk to, and someone who notices if you haven't been around. That sense of connection keeps your spirit steady and your heart strong. Building support early is not preparing to need help, it's preparing to stay in control, independent, and emotionally supported throughout your later years. As we reach this stage of life, many of us start to look backward more than forward. We think about memories, about family, about choices we made and moments we lived. And looking back is beautiful, it honors everything you have been through. But I want you to remember something just as important: you still have life ahead of you, and you deserve for that chapter to be filled with comfort, dignity, and connection. Growing older is not the end of living, it is a transition into a new way of living, one that should feel safe, peaceful, and emotionally rich. And remember this: staying connected, having people to talk to, having a reason to get up in the morning, these are not small things. They are essential to your health, your happiness, and your spirit. You deserve a future where you are seen, heard, and valued. You deserve a life where you can live alone, yet never feel lonely. With planning, awareness, and small daily steps, that kind of life is not only possible, it is within your reach. So take a breath, feel proud of how far you've come, and know you are not done creating your story. You still matter. Your future still matters. And you deserve to step into it with strength, clarity, and grace.